everybody, and yes, correct. This is exactly what happens when you do late night shopping. You end up getting colour coordinated glasses and helmet. I think I look like I know what I'm doing. It's just a shame that I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, as I'm sure you'll agree, next stop Milan. For the fashion, not for the... I'm not cycling to Milan. I know what you're thinking. What a helmet. You might notice that you move around a little bit while I'm rabbiting on here because you're currently on a rock. I did bring a tripod, just not the tripod plate, because for some reason last week I took that off my camera and I can't remember why or where it is.
Here it is, on my desk. It was here the whole time.
Anyway, completely my fault, never mind. So, a couple of months ago, you might remember, if you saw this particular video that I'm going to talk about, I mentioned that I was shopping for a mountain bike. I don't think I said why, but really, the main reason I was shopping for a mountain bike, and I bought one, is photography. So yeah, I'm classing a mountain bike as a photography toy. Why, you ask? Well, if you followed me or this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm the sort of photographer who likes to go out in the wilderness and the outdoors, and photography is just a way of documenting that, as opposed to just being at home, doing some location scouting and wanting to go to a particular location for a particular shot. I'm not really that sort of photographer. Lots of you probably are. That's just not me. So yeah, I much prefer photography to be secondary and the outdoors to be primary, even though photography is my primary job. And again, as you'll have seen if you followed this channel for a while, my primary mode of transport for doing that over the years has been my feet, walking. Now, I love hiking and walking out in the mountains, but as you've probably noticed yourself, it can be quite slow, and therefore it can limit what you see, and that can limit what you take photos of, and therefore you don't maybe get as many photos as you could, or have as many good experiences as you could, because you're not seeing as many things as you could. At least that's the way I look at it. That could be ridiculous, but that's generally how I think of these things. And I guess one potential solution to that is using a car to get to more places in a day, see more stuff and take more photos. I hate using a car to do that sort of thing though, particularly in the UK, because a lot of the time if you're out in the mountains you'll end up on backcountry tracks that are only single lane, and you'll meet something, you'll have to reverse half a mile, and then you have to find somewhere to park when you do think you found somewhere promising, and then you have to get your coat back on, get your boots back on, get your bag out, and then you'll get to the place, find it's no good for photos, it's actually not that good a view, and then you'll get back to your car, have to reverse that process, and then you'll meet something else on the way back down. It's a nightmare of a process, and you're not really outdoors in the time that you spend in a car. You're basically in a little room. So at some point last year I had a bit of an epiphany, I guess, although I can't really remember when it was, and I basically found myself thinking that I needed something between walking and a car as a mode of transport that allowed me to see more stuff and therefore potentially get more photos. And I've arrived at mountain biking, which I haven't done for about 15 years. And a lot seems to have changed actually in mountain biking since I was a teenager. Dropper posts. Genius! So yeah, in short, that's why I've decided to buy a mountain bike, in the hope that I can get to more places, see more stuff, experience more stuff, and take more photos of that stuff. We'll see if it actually plays out. But if you're into mountain biking, do let me know, and maybe we can meet up at some point and go for a ride. If you're experienced in mountain biking in any way though, I will slow you down considerably, because I'm not very quick. Like I said, I've not really done it much for 15 years. Also, that could hinder the photography, because at the moment I'm not fit enough or competent enough to look anywhere other than where I'm about to go on the bike, which is probably for the best at all times, to be honest, but particularly now it would be bad news if I was looking around trying to see what I could take photos of. Anyway, yeah, so in short, that's why I've decided to buy a mountain bike. I'll show you around it if you're interested. If you're not, I'll see you next time. So here we are, folks, the nuke-proof Scout. I went for the 27.5 or the 275, I think they call this model, and that's probably about the extent of what I know about it. I put some flat plastic pedals on, and I've done that mainly because I imagine I'll be walking little bits as well. I mean, I'm not going to be cycling and then just taking photos from my bike. So I thought flat pedals and normal shoes was a good place to start. I've put a mud guard on the front just so I don't get a face covered in mud. Don't know if that's going to be helpful. And aside from that, I know very little. What I do know so far is that this Garmin is really, really good. I went for a ride the other day and had to keep stopping to look on my phone at the route, whereas having this means that I don't have to do that. Good piece of kit. I'll tell you what, by the way, how good are these things for drinking out of, Camelback things. It's the simplest stuff that impresses me most, I reckon. That is genius. Hands-free drinking, sort of. Need to find a way to actually get it in my mouth without hands free. Maybe it's calculating. What do you mean? I'm going the right way. I'll tell you what as well, I'd love nothing more than to claim that another reason I'd got a mountain bike is to try and cut my emissions and spend less time in a car. And while I will be spending less time in a car and I'll be going places of my own steam and a bike, I can't really claim that I'm being environmentally friendly. I fly way too much for that, and I'm looking for ways to kind of cut down on my emissions. I'm very conscious of single-use plastics nowadays, thanks to Emily. Every time we go to the supermarket, there is literally no plastic allowed, which, I mean, try it. It severely limits what you eat, which is annoying, but I do see her point. Also, that's the first and last time in a while I try and do a clip while riding along, especially up a hill. I'm not fit enough for that yet either. That's a nice barn. Horses. Awesome, guys. Sorry. Schedule. Well, this has been lovely. I really have to go now. But I'll see you soon. I'll definitely come back here, do some more portraits. That was fun. Time is 2:47, sunset's in 1 hour 15. I gotta go. See you later. Thanks for that.
I made it back home, believe it or not, against all the odds, and oh my word, I need a shave. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Before I let you go, a couple of things, which are GoPro. Yeah, sorry about the GoPro footage and it just being pointed down. I didn't realise that was going to be the case. Next time I'll use wide angle and pitch it up a bit. Doesn't really matter that much, I wouldn't have thought. This isn't a mountain biking channel, but I will address that. The other thing that I wanted to mention is bike packing, which is another reason I bought a mountain bike, and a hardtail at that, because I thought it would be better for bike packing. I am big into the idea of bike packing, and I'm looking forward to going bike packing, camping with my bike in the summer, or when the weather improves a bit. I'm not a winter camper. But if you have any tips on bike packing, the sort of gear I'll need, what you found useful, then please let me know, because I'm very excited about the prospect of doing some overnighting adventures with my bike. And lastly, there was one more thing. What was it? Oh yeah, the 2019 book. Because it's the new year now, I've been getting lots of questions about the 2019 book, when it's going to be ready. The 2018 book wasn't ready till May last year. I'm hoping to beat that this year. I was hoping it's going to be ready January. It's probably not. I'm hoping to make an announcement next month, February. And the only thing I'm wondering at the moment, which I could use your help with, is basically this one, the 2019 one. I want to make a bit more of a sort of a scrapbook style than the 2018 one. What I mean by that is that I want to include some notes from my notebook, and I was just going to scan those in and have them alongside the photos. Only question I've got is, do you think my handwriting is good enough for that? So if you've bought a print or a book in the past, you'll have seen my handwriting on the invoice receipt note thing, and I want to know either way if you have strong opinions about my handwriting. If you think it's illegible or if you think it's perfectly readable, I'd like to know, because I really do want to include my notes. I think it's more authentic that you just see a page of my notebook. But if you're going to be sat there going, what the hell's he on about now, like you probably usually are, to be honest, I wouldn't want that. So yeah, I could use your opinion. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, when I imagine, hopefully, I'll have had some form of a shave.